So let's share this. And let's share it here. And then we'll share it on Twitter. And then I should be done. So let's go to Twitter. All right. Okay. Hello. How are you? All right. So I have, some people. I wanted to do the live coffee chat today because, well, I've got a video that's going to go up on Wednesday. I'm going to wait to do the writing video until the end of November so that I can give myself some time for writing, because I'm actually really close to getting to 50,000 for NaNoWriMo. And I don't want to do the video until I've hit 50,000. So I have done a journal with me with a chat to go up on Wednesday morning. I'm really excited about that. It's been a while since I've done a journal with me for YouTube. And I want to get back into the swing of things and do at least 2 videos a week on this channel. One coffee chat and then one other kind of video. Sometimes 3, especially if I can time lapse some things and do a voiceover. That works so much better. And they're not so long and they're easier to edit. So yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't have a topic really for tonight. The holidays were wonderful. We ate too much. My mom and my mother-in-law really liked their banana nut bread because I made them sugar-free banana nut bread. And everybody loved the dark chocolate cake that we made because David's parents' birthday was also on Thanksgiving. They have the same birthday, but they're a few years apart. And David made a dark chocolate cake, and I helped him icing it. So put the frosting on. So that was good. And I know that there's probably not going to be as many people on here right now in the live video because I think Amanda Rachel Lee is doing a live video, a premiere video thing of her December plan with me. So if there are people who are watching hers, they're probably not going to be here. But I have to do this while I can. And so I'm really excited, though. December is right around the corner, y'all. And I'm getting ready. And I'm doing things a bit differently this time. I feel much more confident, though, about what I'm doing. And I am ready for things. I did some walking. It's my first day, really, of walking. And I took it easy today because my goal is to hit 7,000 steps by the end of this week. Today was sort of a just kind of get into the groove. I have some things I need to clean up in the house after I do this live video. So I've got to vacuum and sweep and mop. So some of the steps are going to come from housework. And some of the steps have actually come from walking. I'm trying to get more fit. Hello. And I feel a lot better because I'm taking positive steps, actionable steps towards doing the things that I know I need to do to get more fit and healthy, to meet my goals, y'all. Goals. Yeah. So like I said, I don't really have a topic for the chat tonight. I have been doing some fun stuff in my journals and my planners. I've been kind of catching up on some things and planning December. Taking it easy because December doesn't really technically start until this weekend. So I'm not sweating, like stressing over it. But I'm trying to get some things done, and I'm trying to finish up some of my planning for 2019. My bullet journal is not a regular bullet journal, not for next year. I'm doing pretty much regular bullet journaling right now, but I have the Hobonichi Avec for next year. This is actually December's. And I know it's the wolf moon, but I keep seeing deer everywhere. Deer pictures in magazines, deers everywhere, and it's my dad. You know, my it's the holidays, and hello, and I have for the last few months been seeing deer. It's like my dad is sending me messages that it's okay that he's with us. So I decided instead of doing a wolf to do a deer, and I've been putting all different kinds of holidays, U.S. holidays, pagan holidays, Jewish holidays, Canada holidays, so that I can wish people different, you know, happy Hanukkah and that kind of thing. I think we aren't considerate enough of everyone because we're all so different. And I think we kind of need to be more considerate. And I've been on this nature thing lately. So this is the actual bullet journal part. I'm doing the planning. I'm doing bullet journaling in a Hobonichi. And then I have and then I have what would be collections in here. And I wrote a letter to my future self for when I get a little feeling about what I'm doing or if I'm heading in the right direction. I gave myself a little note. Hey, future self. And so that's what I've been doing. This is really just a thing of collections. And I've been kind of careful about what I'm doing, my goals, the collections I'm putting in here. This is, hey, it makes sense that the moon phase is different from your personal message carried. Your dad's encouraging your decisions and working on yourself. Yes. Okay. Remove. Okay. The trolls. I want to create a blog post once a week for next year. So I did a tracker with 52, and then at the end I get a reward. I have a Patreon request for stuff from Patreon, YouTube requests for both channels, social media information about picture size, and then content ideas for content in general. And then my artist dates. I want to do one every other week. So I put 26 on there. I'm not finished with all of it. I've just kind of been doing my own thing. This is a far different cry from the other one. I will do a live chat on that channel soon. Hello. On the second channel, I'll do a live chat. You want to study moonology, but you're so unfocused right now. Yeah. I'm continuously struggling with some of that, some of the things that I want to learn, and things like that. I feel like I keep having to remind myself it's okay. I'm still learning for a lot of the things that I don't understand, or a lot of the things that seem to be where I feel like I'm not learning it quick enough, and I want to learn all the things. And this past year, I focused on a few things kind of at a time instead of focusing on how it all fit together. So my idea for this coming year is to focus on how a lot of that all fit together. But I'm going to do a live chat sometime this week for the second channel. David goes back to work. He's working tonight, and then he'll be sleeping all day tomorrow. So I may do a live chat tomorrow on the second channel. Because I want to talk about some of the things on that channel for next year. And I think actually what I may do is do a premiere video. I might go ahead and film a video and then do a talk. I haven't tried the premiere thing. I don't even know if I can get it on that second channel. But I don't know. I may do just a live chat because there's so much that I want to really talk about. What is the second channel called? It's actually called Journey with Burgess. It's spiritual stuff. And I put the tarot, the writing using tarot on that channel. Because this channel is, although I've been doing tarot and writing for years on this channel, this channel is primarily focused on journaling and art and planning and things like writing. And I think at first, I was not so sure I wanted to do a second channel. Why couldn't I just do everything everywhere, you know? But I like the idea now of having the second channel. You keep going back to why do I want to learn things? And you then spend your time working on what you love and ignoring the learning, although you want learning to be ongoing. Yeah, lifelong learner. I noticed when I listened to the audio book for the bullet journal method. I have the physical book, but I listened to the audio version. I got it free with Audible. When I listened to it on the way to my mom's and on the way back, it was so much easier listening to the audio version. So I think some of the self-help books, some of the things I want to learn, like moonology and astrology and different things like that, I am actually going to start listening to those books while I journal. You've been away because you've been busy. You got a story published in an anthology as well as a book published. All right, congratulations. You can barely get your main channel. A second might break you in. You work full time, Amy. I remember when I first started YouTube, I was not working. David was over the road, and I needed something to do. Yeah, you can drop the name of the book. You just can't put links. I wanted something to do, and I was interested in NaNoWriMo, and I had been participating, but I was searching for videos on YouTube, and there weren't any older people on YouTube, really. Back then, you didn't have AuthorTube. Catastic and a few other people had videos that were pretty popular. But she really boomed that first year. I was lurking for a whole year. It's about journaling and planning and art and creative things. So when I first started doing the videos, I didn't know how to edit videos. I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew that there were other people probably around my age who were interested in NaNoWriMo or who were participating in NaNoWriMo. Cool. Thanks, Natalie. So I felt like it was a good thing. You know, I started doing the videos. I finally learned how to edit videos a little bit, and I got really happy. I was doing 3 and 4 videos a week. And then sometimes during NaNoWriMo, I would do videos every day, little videos every day. I had no clue what I was doing, so I didn't know how bad they were, but I was doing videos all the time. And then a little bit over 2 years ago, almost 2.5 years ago now, I ended up on Patreon because of some subscribers requested that I start Patreon. And then I got really busy. So I was trying to write my book. I was journaling and creating art and doing YouTube videos and trying to keep up with a website that kind of went, and I was like, I had no clue of what I was doing. No clue. Hey, all right, Tamara. Yeah, we still need to do that interview. And I had no clue of really how bad my videos were because I was filled with anxiety, but I was doing it anyway. And now my dad's death really put a kink in some things. Like for me, it was really hard to kind of get my mojo back with things. And so I've been off schedule with YouTube. I've been a little bit off schedule with Patreon. And over this year, because I've been really busy doing family things and probate court things and spending more time with Victor. And like I get Victor 1 to 2 afternoons a week after school. So trying to juggle all the things now, I'm like, how in the hell did I ever have time to do all of those videos? I used to blog a lot more. And oh, the trolls. Oh, yeah. What in the hell? What in the hell? So, I don't know. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm only like really doing 1 or 2 videos on the other channel, and I'm not beating myself up over it anymore. That's why I'm doing more live coffee chats so that everybody can kind of talk together. Sometimes I have a topic that I want to talk about ahead of time, and sometimes I don't. Like I do a chat in the video that's going to be up on YouTube Wednesday. It's actually a coffee chat and a journal with me. So I already know what I'm going to be talking about in that one because I've already filmed it and got it up. It's up on Patreon right now as a preview. So I kind of feel like I don't want to talk about that, because then it'd be redundant. You don't want to hear me talk about that all over again on Wednesday. And I had some topics that I thought about, and then I started thinking it's time for me to do a request video for people. It's time for people to do that really threw me. It's time for me to do a request video, and it's time for me to do an update to my favorite YouTubers. Hey, Kat, I want to, but you know what? I have been so busy. I haven't really added too many new YouTube channels lately, but I think it is definitely time to do a request for coffee chat topics. Maybe I'll do a tweet and I'll take a pic. I have a picture that I need to post on Instagram. So maybe you'll kill my trolls. Thank you. They're out and about tonight, and mostly they're doing the love of Jesus Christ, but I don't think that that's what they're really doing. I think they're just trolling. I think when I did the last thing where people had ideas for coffee chats and videos, I wrote them all down, and as I got them done, I wrote check marks. Yeah, my trolls are weird. This is weird tonight. Normally we get the other kind of trolls. It really depends. Maybe because it's a Monday night. The last time I think I did a video was maybe a Friday. And so yeah, you don't want to do a live video in the evening on a weekend. Then you get the really weird trolls. But my writing's going well, and I want to do an update, no matter how short it is, at the end of the month for NaNoWriMo, because I am less than 10,000 words away from winning NaNoWriMo. That doesn't, however, mean I'm anywhere near finishing my novel, but I am getting really close to the 50,000. I actually haven't entered my word count for yesterday or the day before, I don't think. So I go for days and don't put it in there, and then I'll put it all in there. Like, So I think that's going pretty well. The journaling and the planning is going pretty well. I'm taking my time and doing it bit by bit. You took your son to the park, and when you got home, on his school was dead, which is a hard situation for any first-time parent. Oh, the trolls. Yeah. Oh my God. So if you want a really good laugh, the trolls. I don't know why do people just not really have a life? Do people really not have a life that they have to go onto YouTube and randomly pick videos that they can, make comments on that they're really not interested in? I mean, yeah, evidently they are very bored. And, I'm never that bored. I'm never that bored. There's always something I can do. I can read a book. I can, I can do a lot of different things. I can clean up my room, this table, which is atrocious. Yeah, I've got a desk to clean out. I need to clean off the top of this desk and clean this desk out because we're giving this desk to my daughter. She has a bigger house than we do. She's got more room in her house too. And I'm going to get my little desk back from my mom, and we're probably going to put it in the living room. And that'll be my laptop desk for when I'm like, I don't know. And we're hunting for some bookshelves. But I need to clean this desk out, clean it off, down to the bare bones, because I'm moving that small desk back over here. And I'm really excited about rearranging some things, like truly rearranging some things in this room, because I'm tired of using this thing. I have this boom arm right here for the webcam to do live journal with me's and to do other things. And what am I going to do with all this stuff? Well, the stuff that's in my desk is pretty much half of it's junk, half of it's not. So it gives me a really good chance to purge some things. I need to get rid of some crap. 2, it'll give me a chance to reorganize some things. And back there, I used to have bookshelves back there. And I want to put the shelving units back there. And what I'm going to do is books and stuff are going to go back there. And we're taking apart those red bookcases because they're press wood and they're the Leaning Tower of Pisa's. Right now, the only reason it looks straight is because it's up shoved against the wall. The other one is apart because it completely fell apart and it's in the purple room right now. We're taking those apart and we have the shelves, and we're going to clean out this closet and put the shelves inside the closet with the brackets so that I have storage in that closet too. And that way I can store the books in the bookshelves and store the supplies in the closet. I'm glad that you love the Bible. Oh, yeah. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Jen. So I have more space in here, and that means I can actually rearrange some of the stuff that's on here, and it'll be a little bit better. My husband was like, "Are you sure you don't want to get rid of the little desk?" And I don't want to get rid of the little desk. I like my little desk way better. It doesn't take up as much room, and we have a smaller house. So thank you. But I feel like this space, I need to get rid of some stuff anyway. Eventually, I'll get a she cave, a writer's cave, a creative cave. And when I do, that'll be wonderful. I'll have a lot more room. And then this room will end up my husband does think so, but he's gone. My mom eventually, right now my mom is still independent, but when my mom can't take care of herself the way that she needs to be able to, my mom will eventually come live with me and with us. And when she does, she's already told me she wants the purple room. So this will end up Victor's room, which is cool. Victor loves this room. He loves being in this room with me. And so some of the red stuff that's up on the shelf, I probably won't even change the color in here. But because Victor only spends, like, he'll spend the night or he'll spend the weekend. Maybe when he gets a little bit bigger, he'll even maybe spend a week or so. But having shelves in that closet won't be a big deal if this is his room. Whereas the purple room is the guest room. And, you know, to be honest, when I first moved out of that purple room, I thought I was going to miss it a little. But I don't miss the purple room. Maybe, but I haven't put any words in my description up yet. I have not. My description still, I think all my description says is journal and anything. I don't. But people actually troll for live videos. There's a way you can look to see what live videos are up, and people like to troll the live videos. But I don't, it doesn't really matter to me. They're going to get deleted. Most of the time, unless they get really yuck, then I just laugh at them. Hey, Linda. So yeah, but I have a lot of stuff in here, and it really needs to be reorganized. Really needs to be reorganized. When my son left, he took one of my really big bookcases, and I missed that bookcase. And he left me with some books up in the top of that closet. So, yeah. You were looking for something to watch, and suddenly your notification trolled you. There you go. So I know a lot of us are getting ready for next year, and a lot of us are trying to finish up NaNoWriMo. Some of us are figuring out, like, where we're headed with our goals and things like that for next year. And I'm not really good at doing a goal video. I will, however, show after I get everything kind of set up. I'll do that. But if y'all, I have the community tab on my YouTube channel now. How exciting is that? Tamara has had that on her channel for a long while now. And I'm so excited to finally have the community tab. I actually posted pictures. Really? Ephesians? Oh, 'tis the spirit. 'Tis the spirit. Oh, I think where I'm headed really has to do with paring down. Less is more, quality over quantity. That feels like where I'm headed. Yeah, you've had the tab for forever. You're not even sure why, but you like it. It's a fun way to keep in touch with people when you go on unintended hiatuses. I'm not interested in your post about the Bible or Jesus or that I'm beautiful or any of that. So you're just going to keep getting deleted. So yeah, we're talking about journaling and planning and art and things like that. The whole idea of the depth year. Yes. I don't know what area specifically I'm going to focus on yet, but I have some pretty good ideas. Some of the areas that I really want to focus on are organization, paring down things that we really do not use, that are broken or only half work, and things like that. You'd like to know how readers decide what books to keep and let go of. Do you reread them? Yes. I have that Your Best Year Yet or whatever. It's not the one that Boho Berry was promoting. It's a different one. And I have actually, every year I get that book out and I reread it. I have some psychology books that I kept. One of them I kept and I cut pictures out of for my journal. Some of the history books I've kept either for pictures or because I like history. But a lot of the other books, like I think I donated. I don't collect very many books anymore. I am only collecting books that I've already been collecting. Like I'm still collecting Stephen King books. I'm still collecting Jim Butcher books. I'm still collecting John Sanford, and there are a few others. Sherilyn Kenyon. Katie, the Depth Year was published, I want to say on Reddit or somewhere else last year. This past year, I was doing the Depth Year, but I wasn't as committed to it because it was really too soon after my dad died. It just was really too soon. And the more that I have pared things down, the more I've gotten David into the spirit of getting rid of some of this stuff. You know, seriously, there's stuff that we both had clothes. I had clothes that were 20 years old. Now, some of it's come back into fashion, and I wish I had some stuff that I got rid of a long time ago. But other things, if it's ripped or torn and got holes in it, now I have a pair of jeans and I have a t-shirt that are my painting clothes, like when we paint the house, so that I don't get things messed up, because I'm a mess. I'm messy. And David's even worse than I am. So we cover the floor with plastic. We wear clothes that it doesn't matter. Last time we painted, I got paint in my hair. So what I've started doing now is putting my hair in a braid and I have this one bandana and I put it over and it already has paint on it. Oh, I love the Dresden Files. My son likes his other series, but I'm a Dresden Files person. I keep nonfiction, and I write in nonfiction, but I keep all my nonfiction books. There are some books that once I read them, if they didn't resonate with me and I didn't really like what they really had to say or whatever, I get rid of those. I donate them. Now, I could sell books on eBay and make extra money, but to be honest, I don't have time to go through all of the hassle of shipping stuff off. I'm horrible at that. And I'd be written up on eBay or Amazon or Etsy or wherever I chose to sell them for not getting them out on time. And I know this about myself. And I feel better about myself when I can donate things. Now, there are some things that I'd probably sell, like if I had Traveler's Notebooks, extra ones, and they didn't resonate with me, I'd probably sell those. But I've actually given away some Traveler's Notebooks. I like donating, giving away. It makes me feel good when I know somebody else can use it. Finding a use out of something I didn't and passing it on. Okay, you just watched Jessica's video. I read that. You keep nonfiction and classic novels, but other novels you donate. You like the idea of other people finding your books at secondhand stores. I do, and I like looking at I buy books from secondhand stores. I buy books from thrift stores, from thrift books, from I don't mind a used book. Library sale, I love a library sale. When the library sells their stuff, I'm all over it. Give me a library book for 50 cents a dollar. Oh yeah. You don't make a lot on eBay, but maybe the book scouter and buybacks. I don't know what that is, Jen. You actually work at a used bookshop, so you can just bring your books to work and put them on the shelves to sell. There you go. I wish I worked. I would love to work at a used bookstore. You ended up owning over 1,000 books because you bought so many secondhand books over the years. I don't know how many books I have anymore because I have some stored. I have a bookshelf, 2 bookshelves in the hallway. I have books in the closet stacked, books over there, all books right here. I have books back in there. I have books right there. I have books up here. I have books in the living room. I have books in the nightstands in the purple room, the nightstand in the purple room, and the nightstand in my bedroom. Both of them, they're different, but they have the empty spot in the middle, the big hole with the wood. It's like a block, and I have books in those. So I have books everywhere. The companies that buy your books and you mail them on their dime, that's your books. Your partner owned as many. Now you have over 2K. Yeah. See, that's actually when we wrote our own vows, and David wrote that he promised to move me and my books for the rest of our lives. And when I asked him about that, he was like, look, you know, this book thing. So when he asked me if what I wanted for Christmas, and I told him I wanted real wooden bookshelves, he was fine with that because we had just taken apart one of the bookshelves that were presswood, and it had turned into the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And he's like, yeah, we're not buying any more of those ever. No more presswood. So if I end up having to get a saw and make my own bookcases, I will not. Moderation is good. Yeah, well, moderation when it comes to books. I have slowed down a lot on books. I don't buy nearly as many books as I used to, because I'm still trying to read some of the books that I have. So like my to read list is probably some of the books I actually own. Hello, Florida. This year you want to use the library more first. Yeah, I owe the library money for late fees right now. Which reminds me, I probably need to go by there and pay. I don't know. You have a watercolor hoarding problem. Yeah, it's what you find is a priority. I don't buy new books hardly ever anymore. I did buy the bullet journal book, and I've had a couple people buy me new books, and I bought like a couple. But Stephen King books are probably the only books that I still buy new. And like if the new Harry Dresden book came out, I'd buy it, because those are already part of my collection. But I buy a lot of used books. And my goal is every time I bring in, okay, for every one book I bring in, I have to take 2 books out. So a lot of my paperbacks are gone. Like I don't have a whole lot of paperbacks left anymore unless they're Dean Koontz or Stephen King. All the romance books I donated, I gave away. Thrift Books is having a good sale until the 30th. Wonderful. Wonderful. So with Watercolor Cat, I had started down that path collecting quite a few, and I still have quite a few. But I'm down to where I haven't bought any in a while. And now I'm not buying any new stuff. I'm just buying tubes to fill in what I use the most. And every once in a while, I might buy a tube of a new color. But right now, I'm at that place where not very many more are going to fit in this. These are mostly Daniel Smith, and there are a few Holbein in here. But one of them, I've got to find my green. And then I have the Schminke. Now, I have enough room and this one for a few more. but not a whole lot. Not a whole lot more. I have one Daniel Smith color in here, and that's this buff titanium color. But I'm not buying. I may, like every year for my anniversary, I get watercolors from Schminke. I try to. That's what I ask for our wedding anniversary. And that's what I like to do, is get watercolors. But I waited for this tin for like 2 or 3 years. And now that I have the tin, I'm like, I've got some half pans. I'm thinking I might just get some tubes of Schminke and fill up the half pans. And get tubes of Daniel Smith in my favorite colors. Every now and again, there are some of, I got it from wetpaint.com, I think is what it's called. There are a couple of colors, but see, this has handmade watercolors in Daniel Smith and a few Holbeins. The only watercolors that I really want to try are the M. Grahams. And I have a palette I could put them in. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm at this place where I'm not really collecting them. I'm trying to learn how to, I would rather save my money right now. And instead of buying watercolors, I'd like to save the money for the watercolors and take Liz Steele's foundations class and then take her watercolor class and save money from buying books and actually take like maybe that writing master class. So that's my goal for next year. Instead of buying things, actually like buy a class, a course. Okay, books are the hardest for you to get rid of. Yeah, I have a hard time getting rid of books. Now, paperbacks, like romance novels that I've read, I don't mind. I give those to my mother-in-law. She takes them to work. She reads some. People at work read some. And then they donate them to somewhere else. You're working on thinning your paperbacks out. Yes, that's what I've been doing. Getting rid of some so I have room for... I love hardbacks. And I don't want to collect any more paperbacks. So I'll read a paperback and then I move. It goes. Then again, most of your books from the Dollar Tree or secondhand, thrift or library sales. I love going book shopping that way, Cody. You wanted that tin too. What makes that tin ideal? Oh, you love romance novels. I do too. My mom has some. And sometimes I read the ones my mom has because she can't read anymore because she's an eye disease. I have the other Schminke tin that's more square. This one's more rectangular. I don't know, to be honest. I have actually thought about getting David to take this part right here off so that it just opens and closes like this. Because if it opened and closed like this, to me, it would be perfect if it didn't have this on there. So I've actually thought about getting David to take this part off for me, and then it would be ideal. The Schminke paint is gorgeous. I don't use this nearly as often as I should because I don't want to waste it. This is usually the paint that I use when I don't have a color in Daniel Smith or when I'm doing something really fancy or something that, I don't use it all the time because I don't want to use it all up. Because I like Schminke paint better than Daniel Smith on the whole. But I love Daniel Smith's gradient watercolors. Some of the ones that I really want to do that. Ooh, they're gorgeous. But yeah, so, and I would, and I want to save to get a new computer. I want to get a Surface Pro 6, the new one that they've got out, so I can draw on it and edit videos on it, or to get like a MacBook Pro. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind. I'm going to watch some reviews, but that's my goal next year, is to save up money instead of buying things. That's, yeah. I want to go deeper into what I already have. I don't want to buy more of what I already have. There are only a few things on my wish list. Like I might need some more ink, bottles of ink. I might need some more of those little pens, the pens that have waterproof ink in them. Like, I don't do microns much anymore, but I love the Faber-Castells. So I might sometime, towards like March or April, I may end up needing a few more of those. But other than things that I actually need, I'm not buying a bunch of stuff next year. That's my goal. It's not to buy a bunch of stuff next year. I just don't, I don't know. I want to get better at doing what I'm already doing. I want to have more, I want to get better at writing. I want to get better at drawing. I want to get better at art. I want to make writing a priority in my life. And those are some of the things. Your brother got the Surface Pro 6 and he loves it. I want that thing so bad. And I'm thinking that maybe next Christmas, because by then maybe they'll have a new one that's come out. Maybe I'll actually be able to afford the Surface Pro next Christmas. So, and David's like, I just got your laptop. I'm like, that's my writing laptop. It's super slow for like internet stuff because he didn't spend a whole lot of money on it. But it's perfect for me for writing because I just put it on airplane mode. I don't even hardly ever go online with it. Unless I go, you know, unless I'm doing something and I need to like look at a YouTube chat while I'm doing something else or something like that. But I love it for writing because most of the time I just open Scrivener and shut off all the notifications and it's my no social media time and I write. And it's small and it's red and I can take it with me to Starbucks or wherever and I don't even have to get online. You know, I can just write, use Scrivener. When I get back home, I have internet access and I can update it and share my project to Dropbox. So if I need to, I can open it on the desktop. But most of the time, I just use it. The audio is going bad for you. I don't know. Can everybody else hear me okay? You might have to refresh. I don't know. My computer is doing something right now. So the fan is on, so it might be why. But I'll shut off some of these tabs so it's not working so hard. There we go. That should. Okay. Yeah, Linda, you might, yeah, the refresh might help. But I find it really interesting when you start thinking about the depth here. But I got off on a tangent. Tamara, are you leaving me? You're leaving me? You can write while you listen to me. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure. My nephew would think that was funny. But yeah, I'm at this place where I feel like the depth year is really good. And the depth year, it was a post last year. I found it and I talked about it. And I don't remember if I talked about it on YouTube or not, but I definitely talked about it on, it is the deeper, not wider method. That is a depth year. That's what people, this lady started calling it. She read the post, the deeper, not wider. And no, you can't. You're too nosy and paying too much attention to you. You have to put on your vlog to people you don't care about. Okay. So the lady formed this Facebook group based on this man's post about going deeper, not wider. And she called, because of that phrase, she called it the depth year. And Cal, what's his name, has actually written a book. And I really do want that book about the depth year, about going deeper, not wider. And I can't think of his last name right now, but his first name is Cal. So that's what that is. Deeper, not wider method. Where you delve deeper into the pursuits you're already pursuing. Say if you have a hobby like playing a guitar, or playing the piano, or crocheting, or knitting, or creating art, or writing, instead of buying a bunch of things and going out wider with your hobbies and things that you're doing, adding more and more and more and more to the list of things that you do or interested in or buy, instead of going wider and spreading out, you go deeper and you go into the things that you're already doing, that you're already interested in, that things that you haven't actually done in a while. And so this guy, and I can't remember his name, but he wrote this post and it ended up on Reddit, Huffington Post, and a bunch of other people published it. And then I don't know. And there's a book too. So I find it, it's definitely more, it's kind of like a hybrid of the KonMari method and a few other things combined. You know, this minimalist, a lot of people are going more minimalist. I know quite a few people actually who are now going down that road. And I will never be a minimalist. I was reading information about my personality, and I will never be a minimalist. Will never be a minimalist. I love my books. I love my art supplies. And here we go. I don't speak Spanish. Very little Spanish. Un poquito. So that's, but I find it really interesting that if you think about how much we invest in our hobbies, like planning or journaling or art or writing or anything, music, how much we've invested into David's guitar playing. If it's not something that brings you joy, if it's not something that you're using, if it's not something that you're really actually, really? Jen, I can't believe you left that up there. I can't believe you haven't already deleted that. You live in a 300 square foot. Yeah. Ours is right at almost 11. Our house is almost 1,100 square foot. I keep telling David we need to get rid of the bed that we have and get a bed that has those drawers up underneath. Same here. You're all for keeping how much stuff you have reasonable, but you're always going to have stuff. Yeah. I'm never going to, I mean, my mom has already started giving some of the things that are really precious to her, that are specific things. She's already started distributing things. Like she gave me this ring. And because she doesn't want there to be any misgivings or any arguing or any questions about some of her things. And there's some furniture that I'm going to inherit. They're antiques. And I'm like, where am I going to put this? And I talked to David and I'm like, look, I have no idea where we're going to put all this stuff. We need a bigger house. And he's like, no, we need to get rid of some shit. And I'm like, yes, we need to get rid of some shit. But every time I mentioned to him before all that, before all this, David would have been like, no, why do we need to get rid of stuff? You know, he's very sentimental and he's a little bit hoarder too. So, now that we've been thinking about some of this, you know, it's like, okay. And he said, yeah, I think you're right. He said, I think maybe next tax time, or maybe depending if we can get some things done, then maybe after the summer's over, next summer, then maybe that's when we'll get you a shed, a cabin, a shed, one of those little cabin sheds. And that way we can move this stuff out of here and into there. Because there's no way we're going to have enough room. My mom has bookcases of books. My mom has this really old stereo and it still works. Right now it just needs a new needle. And David has David has albums. I know some of you won't know what the heck I'm talking about. Vinyl records. My mom has a shit ton of vinyl records. David has some. And my mom has a stereo that's probably almost as long as one of my living room walls. And you open it up, it's all real wood, and you open it up, and then you put the album on the thing and you play it. I get that piece of furniture. My brother doesn't want it. And it's an antique and it still works. And right now we have all these vinyl records and nothing to play them on. So I told David, I said, well, where in the hell are we going to put that? And he said, well, I think what we ought to do is just get a little record player for the house. And when you get your cave, we'll put the stereo in your cave so you can listen to music while you journal. So I'm like, oh, my cave's going to have to be really big. That fits your dad. Yeah. I mean, I'm 51 and my mom has this hutch that's huge. And it was old when she got it. It was an antique when she got it. And she's had it my whole life for, I don't know, for as long as I can remember. And I'm thinking, I think God, my daughter wants that hutch because I have no idea where the hell I'd put it. If I put it in my dining room, which is the kind of hutch it is, I wouldn't have room but for a little table that would seat 2 people. You know, your partner are living in this apartment until we outgrow it, probably have space for a few more bookcases, and then it's filled up. You got rid of the junk before moving in it. Yeah. Well, when I moved in here, this is David's house. It was a family house and it wasn't being lived in. And it hadn't been lived in quite a few years. And so when we moved in, we had a lot of work to do to it. We still have a lot of work to do to it. And when we moved in, I had a 2-bedroom apartment, and the second bedroom was my office. So and before that, I had a 3-bedroom apartment because I had 2 kids. They're grown now, but I still, like, my son took his bed with him. My daughter took her bed with her and her furniture. So all I had was some like leftover pieces. But now I'm thinking, okay, I want the desk that was my grandmother's. It's like a roll top desk. It's a pretty fancy antique. Really, it's really nice. That's what I want. I want this desk. And then my mom has this really little tiny, like, it's probably about 3 feet, maybe 2.5 to 3 feet wide. And it's probably about 4.5 feet tall to 5 foot tall. And it has glass. You slide the glass open, and the top part of it looks like a bookcase, but it's got glass in it. And then the bottom part has these long legs. That's the one that I want, that because it's small and it will fit in this house. And I want the desk. I'm going to end it with a stereo too, though. It's nice to earmark stuff like that. You want the family hutch, and your brother thankfully doesn't. Yeah. So that's kind of where we're at with some of that stuff. Like, my brother wanted to get all of my dad's guns. Well, my dad knew that would happen. My dad specifically gave every single one of us a gun. So we all each have one. My brother has one. My nephews each have one. My kids each have one. And I have one. I have the one that was the oldest. My dad's older brother gave it to him when he was teaching my dad how to go hunting. And it's like a .22 rifle. And so I have it. I've had it since I was probably 18 or 19. And I'm older than my brother. But my brother and my kids and my nephews all got much nicer guns than I did. But I got the one that was the most sentimental to my dad. Because my dad knew I'd take care of it. And he knew, so... Mine still works, mind you, and we had the safety fixed on it and everything. But my brother was like, no, I don't want the stereo. I don't want that. I want the guns. And I'm like, the kids aren't going to give you their guns. I was like, and you don't want my gun. And because my gun wasn't fancy enough. But, I think that's where we're at sometimes. Like, certain people want certain things. And I can understand why my brother would want the guns, but my kids... and his kids, I'm sure, my nephews, One of my nephews goes hunting all the time. The other one doesn't really. And I don't really go hunting. I like skeet shooting. I don't like to go hunting, actually. I like skeet shooting, though. I'm drinking a peppermint mocha Starbucks. So it's really good. I've been on here for over an hour, y'all. So that's where we're at. Like, my mom has been giving me jewelry, some earrings and some necklaces. And I'm like, Mom, please don't give all your stuff away. And she's like, I'm not. But there are some things that I want you to go ahead and get. And some things I'm going to go ahead and give your brother. And I'm like, okay. So that's about it, though. It just feels weird thinking about my mom giving me like furniture and the jewelry. Every time I look at the ring, it feels weird seeing it on my hand instead of on her hand. So I don't know. And I keep hitting this, so then it shakes. So if y'all want to, please, in this video or in any of the other videos, or you can tweet me. I don't do Twitter very much at all. And I need to get back on track with Instagram. I was doing pretty good there for a little while. But you can message me or you can put it on the community tab now that I have it. But let me know if there's something that you would actually like a coffee chat about. I like doing these live coffee chats. It gives everybody sort of a chance to kind of talk. And I really do enjoy the live coffee chats because I love chatting with y'all. But if there's something that you'd like a specific coffee chat about, because I am still going to, on occasion, do the chats, especially if I can do a chat while I do something like a journal with me, I'll try to make that happen. And otherwise, I'm going to go. I'm going to give it a few minutes because I know there's a little bit of a lag. And then I'm going to get, because I've got some writing to do myself. So I can finish up hopefully and win NaNoWriMo. And then I've got some housework I need to do, like vacuuming and sweeping and mopping. Because I already cleaned the kitchen, I just haven't swept and mopped yet. And now that David's gone, I can do some of the vacuuming, the living room, and sweeping and mopping without moving everything around that he's got. Because he puts his bag for work and his coat, and I have to move stuff around. No lag. There's still lag. Let's see. Nope. Okay. Thanks, Kat. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna get some writing done, and I'm gonna try to get some art done. And first, I'm gonna clean some house, and I'm gonna try to clean my table off. And tomorrow, while David's home, we're taking the trash stuff to the recycling center, and then I'm going to clean out the desk between now and Wednesday when we go to take the trash, so I can get rid of some more stuff. Thanks for the discussion on the depth year. You'll read up more about it when planning your 2019 goals. Thanks for keeping you company. You're welcome. I don't know what the name of I'll have to look up and see if I can find the description for the original post about the depth year. I had it in one of the videos I did, but I don't even know. I'll see if I can find it again. But we don't have to do every single thing the way everybody else does it. If you want to do the depth year and you only want to do it, say, in regards to one certain area in your life, and that's the area that you kind of need to clean up, you need to figure out how you can go deeper with that area instead of going wider, like art supplies or books or whatever. I think it's a really good way to do that. Do a time-lapse video of cleaning your desk. You second the time-lapse cleaning video. Oh, okay. Well, I might be able to do that. last time I did that, I think I set the webcam and I did it blown out where you could actually see me all in the room. And I need to clean the craft table, and I need to clean that desk back there because I have a cutting thing and it needs to go on this table. And I'm going to get the video, though, when David and I actually get this the big desk out of here. Once we get the big desk out of here, I'm probably going to get David to film me redoing some things, or I'll set up the tripod because I'm moving that small desk back over here. And maybe when we find real wood bookcases, I'll do like I did the one time, and I'll either film it or take some pictures of and make a video out of painting the bookcases, because they're going to have to dry for quite a while if I paint them red before I can put books in them. Otherwise, I'll get paint all over my books. So I will do some of that vloggy style kind of thing. Okay, Ezzy Spencer is giving away a free 2019 lunar calendar on her website. Us for our northern hemisphere, and Hilma left the link. You're looking for your word for next year. My word for next year is inner compass. I decided to make mine a phrase instead of one word. My word for this year was brave, and I've been brave. I'm doing a lot more stuff that I would not have thought I would have done a few years ago. I am trying to get things more set up so that I can do a live journal with me. I'm letting my hair grow gray. I am letting it go. I will be so glad when some more of this is out. But yeah, I'm letting it go. I'm not dyeing my hair anymore. I have been tempted, really tempted to go to the hair salon and have them do the silver or white to get rid of this yellow gold. But you know, this is part of this is old dye, and then part of it's the sun. So even if I don't know. But then I think, oh, well, if I dye it, see, the whole reason I wanted to quit dyeing it so my hair wouldn't be damaged, so that it could get healthier. And that kind of defeats the purpose if I go and dye it. So I've been every 6 months, I've been getting about an inch of it trimmed off. And it's time for me to go get it cut again. So yeah, I'm letting it, I'm going gray. I'm not going to color it anymore. I'm getting on the health and fitness. That's one of my things for next year. I'm starting it, easing into it in December. This month and December have been easing into it. You decided no more hair coloring. Save your money for more important needs. Yeah, thanks. So yeah, that's part of my depth year. It's health, fitness, self-care. Well, part of self-care, some of us want to dye our hair. And some of us can afford to dye it, and it doesn't really damage. But when you have hair like mine, which is already kind of coarse and dry, coloring your hair is really bad for it. So I'm not doing it anymore. And my hair is actually so much softer and so much healthier since I quit dyeing it. And I'm using more natural products. I'm using sulfate-free products. I've gone to more organic kind of products. I'm not co-washing anymore because I need to strip the stuff out of my hair every so often. But I don't use any products with sulfate or alcohol in it anymore in my hair. So I'm kind of going half curly girl method, half, you know. So yeah, you use henna shampoo every time it adds color to the hair. That's cool. See, if I weren't going white, I would do that. But as you can see, and if you look, my hair, you'll see it in the art video when I pull my head down, when you see it overhead, I have a ton of gray. It's definitely more gray in the front and salt and pepper. So, and it's growing out, and I've got big hair again. My husband absolutely loves it. And you swear that I'm a Leo with the hair and all, but I'm actually, my sun sign's actually Cancer. Thank you. You died forever until you finally got your gray to show. See, and I'm actually happy about my gray. If I could, I don't want to cut, I could cut all this off of it, but I'd have a fro, and I don't want to, I want to wait until it gets, until this is down to about here, and then I'll cut all that crap off of it. I have noticed that since I quit, I don't pull my hair up hardly ever anymore in a ponytail. I braid it now. That's why you see pigtails or a big braid. Every now and again, I'll pull it in a ponytail. And when I do, I use a cloth. I use old school scrunchie, the really nice cloth that don't get tangled, that your hair doesn't get tangled in. Because if I use just a band, a hair band, my hair gets tangled around it. And pulling your hair up in a ponytail, or it breaks your hair. So I hardly ever pull my hair up anymore. I braid it, either in one braid or two braids. And that's how I sleep. I braid it to sleep in. I braid it, put a bandana on it, and that's how I sleep. I need to get one of those silk caps or silk pillowcases, but I haven't yet. So yeah, now I'm going to go because I've been on here for an hour and 10 minutes, and we will talk. Like I said, I've already got one request for a cleanup video. That's going to be time-lapse, and I wish that we had some great copyright-free music, so I'll have to find something pretty cool for it, and I'll do that. You gone back to those old school cloth ones too. Yeah. So that's what I got. Thanks, y'all. Y'all have a great one, and I will see you again soon.